Welcome back to Dishing You Well. As always, I'm excited to have you guys back. Today I have for y'all something that's going to really satisfy your sweet tooth. What we're going to be making today is a delicious moist lemon cake with cream cheese frosting. Sounds delicious, doesn't it? Well, I hear a lot of people talk about how much they like cake, but they rather take the box cake route because it's just too stressful dealing with ingredients and being precise with the measurements. And I get it, but I'm here to really take that stress and anxiety off of your head, because it's really simple to make cakes from scratch as long as you invest in measuring cups and measuring utensils. You do have to be precise with measuring when it comes to baking. It's not like, stovetop soul food when you just cook the taste in your sight. But with baking, you definitely do have to be more precise with ingredients. But it's simple, and I'm here to show you what you'll need today for your lemon cake. You're gonna need cake flour. If you don't have cake flour, don't stress about it. You can use self-rising flour. Cake flour is best when you're making cakes because it's a lot lighter and it makes for a fluffier, moist cake. You're also gonna need 5 large eggs. You're going to need a cup and a half of buttermilk. If you don't have buttermilk, don't stress. You can use whole milk. Buttermilk will make for more of a moist cake, I will have to tell you. You're also going to need 4 large lemons, 1 8-ounce package of cream cheese, 4 sticks of salted butter. You're going to need confectionate sugar. You're going to need granulated sugar. You're going to need lemon extract. You're going to need vanilla extract, pure, of course. You're also going to need salt, and you're going to need baking powder. That's all the ingredients you'll need today. I'm going to separate the ingredients from the batter and the frosting. But what I'll do next is I'm going to go into everything that you'll need for your batter and how to get all of that mixed in. Also, it's pretty important to have your butter and your cream cheese and eggs at room temperature. So if you're going to make this later in the day, take your butter, your cream cheese, and eggs out of the fridge and set it on the counter so everything can be room temperature. That's very important. So now that we've got that settled, let's get on to the next step, and that's basically getting the batter mixed. Alright, so before you get your batter prepared and mixed, you want to go ahead and juice the 4 lemons. It's going to produce 1 cup of lemon juice. And you want to take one of the lemons and you want to zest 1/4 cup of lemon zest. If you like more zest, you can zest 2 lemons, but right here I just did 1 lemon. It's 1/4. You want to get that squared away so you can go on to preparing your batter. All right, so our next step is getting the butter and sugar creamed. Right here I have 2 sticks of butter softened. You can see how soft the butter is. That's the consistency you want it. I'm going to go in with my 2 cups of sugar and my hand beater, and I'm going to start creaming it. You want to start on the lowest setting, and you want to speed up your speed as you go. Pardon the noise. But you want to do this for a few minutes until everything is pretty much, you want it to have the consistency of soft crumbles. So we're going to do this for about 3 minutes, and I'll get that done and I'll come right back. Alright, so now that I have the butter and sugar creamed, we're going to go in and we're going to start incorporating the eggs. I have the eggs in a separate bowl right here, but you want to add the eggs one by one. So what you want to do is add 1, get that incorporated. You don't want to add them all at once. You want to add them one by one. That's another one. I'm going to get all of these 5 eggs incorporated in. And once I do that, I'm going to come right back and show you the next step. All right, so right here, I have my sugar, butter, and my 5 eggs beaten. As you can see, the consistency is light and fluffy. That's what you want. So right now, I'm going to start to combine my wet and my dry ingredients together. To the side, I have my 3 cups of flour. I have 5 teaspoons of baking powder, and I have 1 teaspoon of salt in this mixture, and I combined it very, very well. So I mixed the flour, the baking powder, and the salt in this dry mixture. And right here, I have the lemon juice and the buttermilk in that mixture. So I'm going to start to combine it. And to do that, you want to start with the dry and always end with the dry. So I'm going to just add a little bit of the dry. Start to mix it. I'm going to add in some liquid. Again, you want to start with the low or medium speed because you don't want to make a huge mess. You want to go on the sides. Make sure that you're scraping down the sides. Get this mix. Add a little bit more liquid. Get that mixed in really well. And now would be a perfect time to go in and add your extracts. So I'm going to start off with 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla. Into that mixture, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of pure lemon. Remember, we already added the lemon juice, so you don't want to overpower it with the lemon. And then we're going to go in with our lemon zest. You're going to add the lemon zest to the mixture. We're going to get this all beaten up, and when I come back, I'm going to show you the consistency you're looking for. All right, so right here, I have my 3 9-inch round baking pans already sprayed with baking spray, and I have it lined with parchment paper. That makes for a lot easier transfer of the cakes once they're done. It'll save you a whole bunch of time. So we're basically going to fill these dishes. You don't, with the mixture, as you can see, this is the cake mixture. It's not overly mixed. Super creamy, and the consistency is what you're looking for. You want to fill these dishes to around halfway. You don't want to overfill your baking pans because you want to avoid your cake overflowing in the oven and spilling at the bottom. It'll create a disaster. You don't want that. But you want to try and get the same amount of cake mix in each pan. You have to eyeball it. If you're not good at doing this, what you can do is just take one of your measuring cups and basically divide. Like, take 1 cup of batter, add it in one dish, take 1 cup, add it in another dish. So basically you'll know just based on how many cups you've added to each dish that they have the same amount of batter in each one. But you know, I have a little bit of experience in this, so I pretty much can eyeball that it's enough in each pan. So you want to spread this out as even as possible. After you've done so, you want to shake it, or everything is settled and there's no bubbles. And you want to insert this into the oven. We already have our oven preheated to 350. You want to set it to 350 and you want to put it in the oven between 25 and 35 minutes. At the 25-minute mark, you want to check on the cakes and see if they're done. If it's not done, check it the next 5 minutes. You'll know when it's done because the cake will start to pull away from the pan, and you can insert either a fork, knife, or toothpick into the cake and it'll come out without anything on it. That's how you know your cakes is done. But we're going to throw these into the oven and I'll come back and I'll let you know how long it took. Alright, so the cake's pretty much done. I took them out of the oven. They baked for around 35 minutes. So now we're just going to make the frosting. The frosting is really simple. Right here I have the 8-ounce package of cream cheese and 2 sticks of butter. And we're going to begin to cream that. I'm going to start off low. It's going to cream pretty easy because everything's room temperature. That's why it's really important for you to make sure that the cream cheese and the butter is room temperature, because it'll cream very easily. You definitely want to go in and make sure that you take care of the sides. And to that, you want to begin to add the powdered sugar. This is 4 cups of powdered sugar. You can taste it after adding the 4 cups. And if you needed to add more to the sweetness of your liking, you can just add more. I'm just going to add half of that. And begin to beat it. And you can already see that it's already taken to the appearance of icing. You'll start to see the shine come in. That's basically the creaming of the sugar that's turning it into icing. And right now is the perfect time to add the extract. So basically I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of lemon extract, and I'm just going to continue beating it. You'll taste that to your liking and see. It's good, but definitely need the rest of the sugar. And again, if you feel like everything is too dry and you want to get it softened a bit, add a cap full of whole milk, buttermilk, any kind of milk. Just a cap full or a teaspoon or so. And that'll just get everything moving again. The more you beat it, the more it'll soften up. And the more of the sugar that will start to combine. As you can see, it's still looking a bit stiff. So just add another teaspoon or so of milk. And that'll pretty much get everything moving. You don't want to overdo it because you don't want a watered down icing. So just do like a tablespoon at a time. As you can see, it'll stick to the beaters, but let's wipe that down. Combine it, and you can finish whipping it. And now you can see that everything is coming together. After a minute or so, you can up the speed of your beaters so you can get everything extremely smooth. We're going to beat this for another 2 or 3 minutes, and I'll come back and show you how to get this cake frosted and layered. Alright, so I had my cakes cooling on cooling racks. I'd have all of our frosting whipped and ready. So now what we're going to basically do is just layer these cakes. We're going to start with the bottom layer. You're going to lay that at the bottom, of course, and you just want to begin to add the frosting evenly over the layer. And of course, after finishing this layer, you want to add the second layer, and so on until you've stacked all 3 layers. You want to ice in the top, and I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. So there we have it. Lemon cake from scratch with lemon buttercream cheese frosting. Now, how simple was that? There's no excuse why you can't create this magic in your own kitchen. Since we did use cream cheese in this recipe, you definitely want to refrigerate it. You can't leave this out overnight. It will spoil you. You want to keep it in the fridge, but once it sets in the fridge and the cream cheese icing sets up and stiffens, it's even better the next day. So I want to thank you guys for spending this time with me in my kitchen, and as always, I'm dishing you well.